Hi there, it's Leah here, and I'm in my kitchen today and I'm talking about food. Now, I have a specific food philosophy that I like to eat according to, and that is whole foods, plant-based, and seasonal. So these three terms have different meanings, and I just want to explain what they are today and give you some examples. So, whole foods. It's pretty self-explanatory, foods that are whole. Okay, so what does that mean? So for instance, if we took rice as an example, so white rice is an example of a refined food, whereas brown rice is considered a whole food. Now, brown rice is still partially processed, it's got the outer husk removed, but it's got the germ still around the rice grain, which contains a lot of fiber and protein and minerals, which help with our digestion. So by eating brown rice, it's a more whole food than eating white rice. Now, a lot of people, I grew up on white rice, and only in my early 20s did I start to eat brown rice. And now I find it really hard to eat white rice because I just feel it doesn't have much flavor. And so that's an example of a whole food. There are many, many others, but just think of any of the grains that we eat. So wheat, white flour versus wholemeal flour. Think of things like buckwheat and quinoa. They're all examples of whole foods and whole grains. Moving on to plant-based. So what does it mean to eat a plant-based diet? Basically, it means avoiding animal products. Now, I still eat an egg or two occasionally, but overall, I generally avoid eating meat and other animal products like dairy, cheese, yogurt, butter, that type of stuff. Now, the reason I do that is mainly for health reasons, and mainly just I don't enjoy eating those products anymore. I find them very heavy, and they, especially with dairy products, they just block up my sinuses a lot, and my allergies and things like that flare up as a result. So I just avoid them as much as possible. And then I mentioned seasonal as well. So seasonal foods are ones that are in season. It's really so simple. It's not very complex. But it does come down to knowing what's in season at certain times of the year. Now, if you grow your own vegetables, well, you're one step ahead of the game there, because you're going to know what's growing in your garden. You're going to know what's right to plant at particular times of year, and you're going to see it grow. But for those of us that don't garden, then it's really important that we educate ourselves a little bit about what's in season at different times of the year. So for instance, in summer, we've got lots of stone fruit in this climate, and we have things like melons and berries, whereas in winter, it's mainly apples and pears and citrus fruits. So obviously knowing what's in season is going to help you make choices when you go to do your grocery shopping. Ideally, if you can shop at a farmer's market, that would be great, because the growers who show up at the farmer's market are going to be growing mainly seasonal ingredients. Also, if you go to a bulk food store, you are generally going to be able to find more whole food ingredients than at the supermarket. But we don't all have access to stores like this. So it's important to shop around and see what's available. And if it isn't available, ask them to order it in for you. Now, some people find this way of eating is more expensive than just buying pre-packaged food or refined food products. And I would like to counter that argument with, I'd be happy to spend a couple of extra dollars on getting good quality ingredients and cooking them, than down the track getting sick and having to pay doctor's bills, or having to have operations, or other illnesses that arise from having poor eating habits. I know that might sound a bit extreme, but I really believe that the investment we make in the food that we eat will have a long-term effect on our well-being and health in the future. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about what I've shared today, and leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Leah, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.